This is Del K. Brereton, or if you're at Trinity, guys, Brayton. But what this is the real spiel. Shiloh Institute, stand up. It's the morning drive. How you doing, everybody? To those who are coming on and to those who are going to participate, greetings, welcome. The channel that tells the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. Listen, I understood something from my Hebrew lesson. Good morning to Israel. My mentor in the language of Hebrew, Dr. David Israel, taught me that the Hebrew word for truth effectively is 3 letters. And it's the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet and the last letter, and then a letter in the middle. And that gave me so much clarity, because it meant that in the context of Hebrew, the truth is from the beginning to the end. From the beginning, the aleph, to the end, the tav, and then there's a letter in the middle. But the context of it is that truth has to be everything from the beginning to the end. It can't be halfway truth. It can't be 3/4 truth. It's got to be the truth. So today, I'm not here to talk about your business. I want to be clear. I'm not here to talk about your business. You can't say I came on here to talk about your business. I'm going to talk about my business and the truth. And the truth. There seems to be a very strange allegiance between straight women and gay men. Straight women and gay men. I don't understand the allegiance. Before I do, I would like to say, I don't swing that way. I don't swing that way. That's all I want. This show is called I Don't Swing That Way. And why I have to say that I don't swing that way as I want to be clear, a heterosexual holy man, I don't swing that way, is because what I am encountering in the community, okay? What am I encountering in the community is a scenario where straight women of all cultures, now this is not specific to any one culture, it's every culture. It's pervasive in the Black culture, white culture, Asian culture, Indian culture, African culture, you know, speaking of the diaspora versus the continent, it seems to be everywhere. That somehow women have been building alliances with gay men, and this is the basis of the relationships of those types of alliances that they've been building. It is almost seemingly that the gay men are teaching women how to be better women to their straight men boyfriends. This is a very interesting phenomenon to me, but I want to be very clear. I don't swing that way. I don't swing that way. I don't swing that way, because there's a couple of things I would like to unpack here. Number one, how is a gay man teaching a heterosexual woman how to be a better woman to me? That's number one. We'll get back to that one. That's not even at the top of my list. That's just one of the ones I want to get out. We'll talk about it. I want to start with this one though. When that heterosexual woman meets me, you, heterosexual male, and part of her friend entourage, her friend group, and normally it's one so-called significant homosexual man that's part of their friend group. They want you to include that individual as part of your couple group. Huh. I don't swing that way. And again, let me go back to the beginning, because some of you might have missed the introduction and the disclaimer. I am not here to tell anybody their business. Your business is your business. I'm here to talk about my business and to let you know I don't swing that way. We are living in a world of pro Gomorrah-like behavior. We have embraced the liberty and the freedom of expression of the sodomite. Some of y'all have. And the West has opened their doors to the buggery of whoever you decide to insert into your bosom or bottom. I'm not here to disenfranchise you from your inalienable rights that they have afforded you in the evil West. No, you've run here for solitude so that you can now inject any wish you desire into your bottom. That is something that you've sought shelter in the West to do. Some of you have been born here, some of you have fled here, and they have protected that capacity of yours to find love in any place you decide to find it. But I don't swing that way. And you should have the right. As a human being, the West says, not me, because I don't have the capacity to give you rights. I am not a constitution. I am just one individual person. But the West has given you rights to find a village of like-minded sodomites and to enjoy your life. That's what they have given you. That is not my business. That is the business of the Western Hemisphere. And I am not here to struggle or to tussle with that principality whatsoever. No, I am here to let you know I don't swing that way. That's it. And what I'm asking though, because I'm curious. I'm curious. And women, you have to inform me, because I'm sure that gentlemen of that persuasion probably will not sit on this channel for very long and listen to me. But you have to inform me, what is it that a homosexual man brings to the table of insight for you that would lead you to believe that relationship would benefit you when it comes to speaking, dealing with, or trying to get closer to me, us, the heterosexuals? Huh? I don't know. To me, they teach you. And if they're teaching you anything, these are men teaching you. So why can't I teach you the same thing that you're going to them to teach you? Now, we have, of course, a wide spectrum of individuals who participate in same-sex intimacies, a wide dynamic. Those who are flaming, they want everybody to know. Those who are down low. And then those guys who just kind of just fit in the middle. You know, they just kind of fit in the middle. They just kind of, hold their lane, love their partner, go about their business, And then we got the guys who are sashaying all around the place. Everybody in the room has to know. You can't miss them. One of the things I heard a person tell me in respect to a gay man is that he dresses so fantastic. Well, I'm here to let you know I don't swing that way, and no gay man's gonna outdress me. I'm sorry. I'm a fantastic dresser, and I'm going to wear clothes that are specific to my gender. But if it's to give you fashion tips to come and give them to me, I don't need them. So let's just cross that off the table. If it's to advise you how to be copulate in a more specific way, I can give you that advice. I don't need, he don't need to give you that advice. He doesn't know me. How is he giving you that advice? If it's to teach you how to properly apply makeup, do your hair, whatnot, then I'm hoping he's an esthetician of some kind. And if he's an esthetician or a hairdresser, then yes, I understand. I get it, because I can't teach you how to do your makeup. That's true. I can't. I can only give you an opinion of how much to wear and how much not to wear. I can do that. Some of y'all, I can do your hair. I can do your hair for some of y'all. Some of y'all I can help hook you up. I'm a decent little barber, right? I've had exes that I've given a little line up, a little shape up, a little part here and there. Yeah, I can do that for you too. So I don't know the benefit, the long-term lasting benefit of that relationship, if the point is to have that friend to give you an insight into masculinity. I do not know. I really do not know. Strangely enough, while the world was watching debates and talking about Kamala and talking about Trump and telling Haitians that they're eating dogs, the distractions, the demons of distractions started to distract the Negro population. And our dear friend Shannon Sharpe was plowing through his feminine consort and somehow pressed live on his Instagram. Did y'all hear about this? I'll make it make sense in a minute. Shannon was in there talking about, that's my good baby. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. It was filmed, the video was apparently facing the floor, and it went on for a little while. And he was very embarrassed by it, which I understand. He should be embarrassed by it. First he said that his phone was hacked, and then he admitted, no, something happened, and I'm embarrassed, I'm sorry, it's a very intimate moment for me, and I'm uncomfortable that it got out there. No. And that's fine. I mean, that can happen. Social media, these phones, I have called people by accident, I've pocket dialed people, I've done all kinds of stuff, sent pictures with the phone in my pockets, like the phone had a mind of its own and chose what it was sending out of my gallery. My phone has done that. I get it. That's happened. That's happened in the past. And so I can't blame that. But what this is the part that came out that I found to be rather interesting, is that they said that Shannon had done that intentionally to eliminate rumors that he is gay. Wow. When I heard that one, I was like, oh. Because it isn't easy to go live on Instagram. Like Instagram going live, you got to press a few buttons, I think it's a little easier to go live on YouTube. It's definitely not as easy to go live on Facebook, but it's not as easy to go live on Instagram. And I thought to myself, that's a very interesting conspiracy theory there. Shannon, for me, well, we know that he has a preference. He definitely has a preference. His preference is Caucasian women, and that I felt was something that was just known, and that's where Shannon's predilections were. And that's again his business. It's not mine. Uncle Shay Shay, a grown man calling himself Shay Shay. Uncle Shay Shay. If my name was Shannon, which is a feminine name, I don't know who decided to name their boy child Shannon. I don't know any boys named Shannon. He's the only boy I know named Shannon. But then, to take a feminine name, and a very masculine looking man, by the way, like Shannon Sharpe, he's my age, and his weight room regiment, I can't lie. Shannon's pushing more weight than I am. His body is immaculate. He's in shape. Shannon Sharpe's not a slouch. It's not. I ain't calling them a sissy now. I'm calling him Shay Shay because he calls himself Shay Shay. Let me explain something to you. I just want you to know because this is about me. If you call me Shay Shay, we fighting. You call me Shay Shay at any time, that's a fight. Them is fighting words. To come to my big behind and call me Shay Shay. Don't ever in your life. I will chase you down the street with my one leg. I'm telling you, Shay Shay. But he decides to call himself Shay Shay. And it kind of comes together now. Shay Shay, sex video. And we have a lot of brothers hiding in plain sight. I'm not accusing Shannon of anything, by the way. That's not his. I'm not here to talk about his business. He talked about it on live. He talked about it with Chad the other day, and that's another name. I don't know what kind of name that is for a brother either, Chad. But another very robust, strong black man too. So I'm not saying nothing about him, other than I don't know why a black person's family would name you Chad and Shay Shay and Shannon. I don't understand. But I don't swing that way. And I just don't understand these weird allegiances that are being developed in a community that is already disenfranchised by so many things. We are already cut apart by so many things. We are being told that the gay lobbies are affiliations and are allies to black civil rights. And I would beg to differ. Because as a heterosexual man, the gay lobby groups do not benefit us whatsoever. This was the criticism of Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, at the beginning of it, seemed like a statement of absolute truth. Black lives do matter. But the group, the organization of Black Lives Matter, again, was formed by, now this is my understanding, and you can correct me if I have mistaken, but apparently two lesbian black women formed Black Lives Matter. And you say, well, what does that have to do with anything? It goes to, how can two lesbian black women be my advocate? And when you look into the agenda of Black Lives Matter, the proof is in the pudding. Yeah, we fighting if you call me Shay Shay, Amanda. Don't ever call me Shay Shay. I'm roll up my sleeves on you. But the proof is in the pudding. The Black Lives Matter movement, and you can look into the agenda of that movement on your own. The Black Lives Matter movement has never forwarded the agenda of heterosexual black men in any way, shape, or form. I have, and let's be clear, I have no issue with these two black women forming a group of advocacy and bagging themselves a whole lot of money. Good for you. Absolutely great for you. Fantastic. That's why I said, I'm not here to talk about your business. But I'm not going to be confused that group ever did anything on behest of my demographic. Never. Never will I claim that. Because it didn't. Right? They organized. They put marches together. They developed a foundation. They sought out funds, but they never forwarded the agenda of me or of other black male in America. Not in the area of criminal justice. They did not engage municipalities, Congress, or any which way to create anything that benefited the heterosexual black male group or the black community on a whole. awareness. But awareness could be something that they did create. But I think people are aware that we are here already. I don't think anybody had to build awareness that black people exist or that Black Lives Matter. We are very aware of that. And people are aware of that. They did organize marches in America, and they put together some things here, even in Toronto. But at the end of the day, did they further the agenda? Did they move the landmark? And the answer is no. They did not. So again, this is a question. This is a research conversation. That's all. This is not xenophobia. This is not me coming for a community that I don't know anything about. I know nothing about your community. This is me saying, I know nothing about you. How in the heck do you know anything about me? How can you teach a heterosexual woman to be a better partner to me? And that was the main thing that really, and for heterosexual women, why do you think that person, that group, is going to be part of my life group when you come? That stuff you got to leave in the street. I find it very interesting that folks don't understand, and this. Let me talk to men. And ladies, listen, I'm talking to you, but I'm doing it by talking to the men. When you come into the life of a person, a new person, there's stuff that you got to leave in the street. Brothers, let me talk to you. I ain't really talking to you, I'm talking to them, but I'm talking to you, so it doesn't look like I'm just talking to them, but I'm talking to you, but I'm really talking to them. When you move into that woman's, when you move into a new domicile with a new partner, you decide, listen, we're going to live life together. Let's find a place. Now, not your place, not my place, but let's go and find a place that we can go together. And you say, okay, yeah, let's do that. And we go now, we found it. And, depending on, the finances and whatnot, you put money down. Whether it's 60-40, 90-10, 50-50, right? I'm in the 50-50 club myself. I'm in the 50-50 club. Yes, I am. Put some money down, right? There's a reason I'm in the 50-50 club. Because number one, as a man, I'll tell you this, I would never go and get a place that I couldn't afford on my own. But because of how laws and things like that are structured in this world, and the fact that women have the right to take half of your stuff, let them pay half the bill. Let them pay half the bill. That's right. And then as you build your empire together, she knows, yes, 50% of this is yours. And 50% of that is hers. And therefore, when she comes to cut your throat when that relationship ends, give her 50-50. That's all I'm saying about that. But when you get into your particular position and you start to say, hey, let's put a place together on our own, your old dusty couch that you had in your apartment, you can't bring that. There's some things you got to leave in the street. And I know you had your little man cave decorated in such a way, but now you're living with a woman. She's going to have a sense of style and she wants to put the place together in a certain way. There's some things that you can't hang up on the wall anymore. She don't want that in the new place. Now, there's some women, of course, that have no sense of style. They're not feminine enough to actually put a home together. Don't move in with them. They're not finished products yet. They're not finished yet. They're not finished yet, right? I had a situation in my past where, I was with the person for almost 2 decades. And they had the creative design of a autistic 5-year-old with crayons and lined paper. They couldn't put together any level of style if you beat them with a stick over the head with it. Couldn't do it. That wasn't their thing, right? And that demonstrated that person was not in a place to be mature enough to finish her woman. Her womanhood wasn't finished yet. I'm sure she can do that now, but at the time, absolutely not. And so the place looked like a man cave, even though it was our place, right? And indicative of the person's not ready for you yet. So you've got to leave some stuff in the street. You've got to leave some friends behind. I had a couple of old snaggletooth Negroes that they were no good around my significant other and my children, and I didn't want I had to leave them guys behind. Say, yo, bro, listen, you can't come to my house. I don't want that boy in my house. Couldn't come to my house. Had no table manners. Didn't understand proper deodorant. Didn't change his socks. No, you can't come in my house smelling like that. You can't come and sit down with civilized people like that. You gotta leave some of them guys in the street. So, gay friends? You're coming into a heterosexual relationship with a heterosexual man, and you want to bring your little gay friends with you? No, man, you gotta leave them guys in the street. You gotta leave them out there. Because we don't swing that way. We don't swing that way. And you know what? You might say, oh, but this has been my friend for my entire life, and blah. You can keep your friend, man. But you can't keep your friend and stay in this relationship. Go live with your friend. Go hang out with your friend. Let your friend pay half your bills. Let your friend fight off, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! All right. If he's one of those, because they got these new gays now, they can fight. Don't think these guys are sissies. Like I said, just because the name is Shay Shay don't mean they're not strong. I mean, I'm not saying that Shannon Sharpe is gay at all. I'm just using his name as an example. If you want that, you can't have us. That's all there is to it. You're not gonna have your gay friend at our wedding wearing a wedding dress too. Abso-flippin-lutely not, bro. Okay? You're not gonna have Ricardo at the wedding. Okay? Ricky he's not coming to the wedding. No, he can't come to the wedding. He's gonna be wearing more lipstick than all the bridesmaids. He's gonna want to be a bridesmaid. Hell to the no. It can't happen, bro. Okay? You cannot have Orlando cannot he cannot he's not gonna give a speech at the wedding. I've known Charlene my entire life. Bitch. Listen, no. Some uncle's gonna tackle him and say, boy, you better sit down. You better sit down right now. My point is, we don't swing that way. And I think the black community has enough to deal with, the heterosexual one. Because let's be honest, the gay community in the last 30 years has made more advances for their demographic than the heterosexual black community has done since the 60s. Oh, listen, I ain't taking anything away from you guys. I'm not taking anything away from you guys. You guys have established your own churches. You have predetermined that you've changed the laws. You have changed the English language. You have changed the perspective on what surgeries little children can do. You've got professional athletes listening to their young boys and changing them into little girls. Dwayne Wade. You've changed the concept of what child abuse is, because now a parent allowing a young boy to cut his genitals off is not child abuse. That's called freedom of choice. You've allowed Olympic athletes, grown men, to be fighting women and winning medals. You guys have made incredible ascents in a very short period of time. We need to pay attention to what you've done there, maybe. But we don't need to pay attention to teaching us how to be in a relationship with heterosexual women. Gay judges, gay senators, gay moguls, gay bishops, gay cardinals, gay priests. Wow. Y'all have done a lot. Y'all have done great, great gay things for each other. But you haven't done nothing for me, because I don't swing that way. So I'm not here to talk about your business. I'm just here to talk about mine. And if I want to stay in the wilderness and you stay in the valley where everything's flowing with milk and honey, living it up in Sodom and Gomorrah, I'll stay out here. I'm just gonna stay. I'll stay out here. I'll eat dandelion salad, and I'll go fishing out here, and I'll just stay out here because I don't swing that way. There's a story in the book of Genesis, as I close, that Abram and Lot, they were both very rich men, and they had gotten so much cattle and so much servants that it was not possible for them to dwell in the same parcel of land together. So Abraham came to Lot and he said, listen, brother, I don't want any quarrel between us. And so what I want you to do is I want you to look out here and pick an area. And if you go left, I'm going to go right. And the Bible says Lot looked at the valley and he saw that it was fantastic. It was well watered and Gomorrah. Now poor Lot didn't know what was down there. To his credit, he didn't know what was down there. But it was time to go. And so he split with Abraham. He went down to Sodom and Gomorrah. And a few things happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. First of all, his two daughters, they got married in Sodom and Gomorrah. But they got married and strangely, their husbands chose not to copulate with them. That's just seemingly how it was out there. They didn't choose to sleep with his daughters. I guess Lot didn't trigger him at that time. He didn't think anything of it. And then one day, two men came to town, strangers, and they came to Lot's house, knocked on the door, came in. Lot invited these two men, apparently, in. And when they came inside, all of a sudden there was another knock on the door. And it was the group of the entire city of men. And they said this to Lot: those two men that just came into town and came into your house, bring them out to us. We want to have sex with them. At that time, Lot realized where he was. And he said, they're guests in my house. This is wrong. No, I can't let you do this. He said, listen, take my two daughters who have never had sex with a man. Now, his two daughters were married. This is how we realized that. How could his two married daughters never have sex with a man? That doesn't make no sense. Now it was making sense. Because that community of men did not utilize women for sexual pleasure. They utilized men. And in this particular scenario, those two men that Lot invited into his home, that were trying to be dragged outside and to be raped and sodomized by that community, where we get the name Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodomites, they turned out to be angels. And their job was to come to get Lot out of Sodom, because they were there to destroy the place. They pulled Lot back inside and his daughters. I believe they struck those men with blindness, and they walked out of that place and said, do not look back. There are some things that folks have to walk out of and do not look back. Because Sodom was a fantastic place for cattle. It was a fantastic place to grow sheep and to goats. But Sodom is temporary. And if you think that you can bring Sodom into a holy relationship, into a balanced relationship, into a heterosexual relationship, unfortunately you're mistaken. And you've got to leave Sodom in Sodom. And this is the hard part, I think, about modern relationships. And I'm really not a relationship expert. I said it before. A person that's bad in math shouldn't teach arithmetic. Okay. But I'm here to let you know that you always have to realize any new relationship, you are going to change. There's going to be change. Things that you thought you were, things that you did are going to be changed. And if that relationship is not good, then you won't change. Because anything good causes change. Anything good causes change. Growth, wisdom, knowledge, experience is change. And so if you're moving from place to place and there's no change, why did you move? And if you're looking for positive change, you have to fill that relationship with positive things, positive people, positive interactions, positive assets. Yeah. And you cannot think that you're going to bring liabilities into a new circumstance and it's going to be better. And a lot of folks have held on to Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot's wife did. She held on. She walked out the door, but her mind stayed in Sodom. And she had to look back. And in that particular story, when she looked back, she turned and crystallized into a statue, a pillar of salt. Because she looked back. Don't turn into a pillar of salt. Don't be dry and salty, because you are asked to move from Sodom and go to a place that is safe, that is blessed, a relationship that is safe, that is blessed, a demographic that is safe, that is blessed. Don't do that to your life. And remember, there are certain brothers that if they stand up on their two legs, 10 toes down, chin up, and tell you, baby, I don't swing that way, you probably got the right brother in your life. All right? That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Shalom. Zenobia. Finally, I can say that lady's name properly. And she'd always say, I'm a woman. Del, I'm a woman, Del. I don't know why, for the life of me, I could not pronounce Zenobia. When now it just rolls off my tongue. Zenobia. I want to say it all the time. Zenobia. I want to say it. I want to sing it from the rafters. Zenobia. I can say it, but I couldn't read it. Incredible. I've been given the call to move to Tennessee. Why you call me Cain? I saw that the other day. So you call me Kolaya, but you say Cain. Tell me what Cain means, so that and we know what Cain means in respect to Adam and Abel and Cain. But tell me why you're saying Cain, so I understand. You've been called to move to Tennessee. What's going down in Tennessee? You going to the South? Zenobia, you going to the South in Tennessee? What's going on in Tennessee? I hope that means you're maybe, are you leaving Georgia? Were you in Atlanta with all those down low, brother? I don't know why you're telling me, but just let us know why you're going to Tennessee. Again, this show has not been about the disparaging of particular groups, because I don't know anything about those people. I don't know anything. I don't have any gay friends. I don't have any gay friends. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. I don't identify to the point where people would feel that they're comfortable around me with that. And is it because I'm prejudiced against individuals who choose to participate in that lifestyle? Maybe I choose not to participate in that lifestyle, and therefore I would be prejudicial if it came to deciding who and what I would want to be around me. Yes, I've had people try to introduce me to their so-called women try to introduce me to their gay friend, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry. And when that brother looked at me, he understood too. He saw the laser beams in my eyes. So that was never going to work. That was never going to work. So I decided to just rid myself of that. I dress fantastic. I have a great sense of style. I understand the do's and don'ts in respect to courtship. I don't really need that type of assistance, unfortunately. I mean, if a gay person is a mechanic and I don't know that they're homosexual, because I don't really need to know, because that's none of my business, please fix my car. I'll pay you the money. I have no issues with that. You know, if a gay person is an Uber driver and I need to get where I'm going, please pick the right route. I want to get there on time. I you know, but that's where it stops for me. Your humanity, I embrace it. Your predilection, I reject it. And that's my choice. Just like you can reject me, right? Apparently it's only a free world. It stops being a free world when heterosexual Christians decide to be free. Well, I'm blasted free. And I'm free to accept or free to refuse, right? So anyway, Zenobia, you tell me this yet? Cain means yes in Hebrew. Okay. I hear you. I thought you're calling me Cain. Because I'll kill a... No, I'm joking. I'm leaving Vegas to be with my elders. They are covering. They're my covering. Okay, but Cain. But yes, my name is actually spelled Zenobia. That's right. That's why you should have spelled it properly so I can understand. But I spelled the way I do for spiritual purposes. But it's spelled how it sounds and sounds how it's spelled. Amen. Vegas. I didn't know you're in Vegas. I'm finding so much about you in this particular conversation. You're hiding information. Yeah, Vegas is... I hate Vegas. I've been there twice. I don't like the place. The heat is weird. It's that weird, dry heat. And I just could not deal with the plethora of sexual traffic that takes place in Vegas. It's crazy. The transactional aspect of just meeting people in Vegas is wild. I have some Vegas stories that they're humorous, but they're wild stories. And you know, Toronto is a completely different. They call actually the NBA players used to call Toronto Northern Vegas. But if you ever listen to KRS-One, we have a very different way that we handle it up here, because the girls in Vegas at the time were charging money. In Toronto, they weren't charging money. They're giving that thing away for free. Yeah. There's certain things that are free, but the crack still costs money. KRS-One, da 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 da. You guys can check that out for yourself. Listen, I've been here too long. This is Del K. Burton. This is The Real Spiel. I don't swing that way. And God bless you. Have an amazing day. See you on the live drive on the way back, and we'll talk. Okay? Let me see here. Yeah, it stinks. It stinks. Vegas is not a place that I... No. My quick Vegas story is I was there for the magic show, and a young lady asked me to come to a party afterward, and she showed up in a limo, and the party was right across the street. And when she pulled up in the limousine literally took us across the street. She got out the limousine and said, "Can you pay for the limousine?" And it was $100 to cross the street. I said, no, ma'am. This is Del K. Burton. This is The Real Spiel, and I'm gone. Bye.
Wendy, I'm out there.
Yes, can I have a bacon belt?